a couple years ago, I think it was like 2018, or 2017. I started the year off. My resolution was to fail at something every month, to just find something to fail at. Because and the purpose of that, why would I want to fail? Why would I intentionally seek after failure? Well, I might not fail if it's something I'm going to fail at, it's something I'm obviously not good at. It's maybe something I've never done before. And I've never done it before. I may not be good at it. It may be outside of my wheelhouse, and I may fail at it. But here's what's going to happen. On the day of that next month, I'm either going to abandon that idea. Okay, that didn't work out. Now it's a waste of time. I'm going to move on to something else now. Or I'm going to say, you know what? I failed, but I almost didn't. And I'm going to go back to that. And then I'm going to learn how to succeed in that. And then I need to decide whether or not this is something I just did as a hobby, or if this is something I want to continue in doing. But the idea is overcoming that fear of failure, that the failure itself is not bad. And the biggest thing to do, in my opinion, has always been to just look at what the absolute worst case scenario is. Because 99.9% of the time, that worst case scenario, when you really logically and rationally sit down and think about, okay, well, if I am fucking completely wrong in this idea, if I put together a poor plan, if I completely just botch this entire thing, legitimately, what will happen? Where will I be? Will I just lose money? Am I going to lose reputation? Who am I going to lose reputation with? Does that really matter to me moving forward? And oftentimes it doesn't. None of this stuff matters. Maybe you lose a couple $100, maybe you lose a couple thousand, whatever the case is. It's never as bad as what we make it out to be. And oftentimes we don't make it out to be anything. We just don't want to fail because what are people going to think? They're not going to think of fucking anything. Your friends and family, they didn't think it was a good idea, most likely, to begin with. So what are they going to think? Oh, well, I told you so, and then just do it again.
100%. This is a fear of ego death. And
right.
It feels like you're dying. And so the organism, like we say before, that'll be my next shirt, feeding, fighting, and fucking, is we want survival. The organism, the human body, is just designed to survive. And how do you survive? You avoid death. That's right. How you do it. You avoid death. That's how you live. But that's not a good way to live. And people are so trying to stay alive that they don't even live because it's a protective mechanism. So they feel that if they fail, they're dying, and they want to go into that self-preservation mode. But as we know, we've got to adapt, adjust, and respond. The survivalist species is not based on the smartest. It's the most adaptable to change. And it's the person who can adapt to change and try many different things is the person who's going to ultimately succeed. See, in business model reinvention, which I do with my clients, is there's a degree between the amount of different things that you try and the amount of and the speed at which you'll succeed. So most people go, I want to try one thing. If you try one thing, nothing's going to change. Like, you got a 50-50 shot, but most likely it's not going to work. It's these people who are willing to try 10, 50, 60, 70, 80 different things that eventually succeed. Right. And in today's market, you're going to have to reinvent your business model, and you're going to have to make at least 40 to 50 improvements before you start to see a change. But you're not going to know which one it works because the market moves so fast. So you've got to keep adapting, adjusting, and responding. And that's how you survive in today's market. But it's not survival at the basic level. See, there's three types of motivations, and this is what I talk to my clients about. There's biological motivation, there's extrinsic motivation, and then there's intrinsic motivation. So for our friends who are paying attention, anybody who tells you they're motivated, believe them, they're motivated at the most basic level. The most basic level is biological. It's survival, food, shelter, water. And so everybody's motivated. Then you move, once you've secured that basic one, then you can move to extrinsic. Extrinsic thing is houses, cars, watches, money. But what you soon realize is that those things don't have a lot of joy. And if I buy a brand new car today, for the next 6 months, nobody's eating McDonald's, KFC, and my mates better not fart in the car because it's going to lose that new car smell. But after 6 months, that new car smell has gone and it's just any other car. And then a new model comes out, and what do you say to yourself? Shit, I should have waited for the new model. So that loses its excitement after a while. But the third level of motivation is where all entrepreneurs should reside, and it's called intrinsic motivation. And it's building a business around your unique characteristics. It's building businesses around what drives and motivates you. So for me, I love knowledge, and I have to do a business where I can acquire knowledge. And my business is all about the acquisition of knowledge. So every day I meet people like yourself, I'm reading books, I'm taking courses, and I feel alive because I'm learning. But not all jobs give me that. When I was a lollipop man, there was nothing to learn. I couldn't learn. The second thing is, for me, that drives me, is I'm very resourceful. I want a return on my investment of time, my energy, my knowledge. I want to get a return on all of that. And so with my business, I can resell my knowledge. I can resell my life experiences. And I love that. Thirdly, I'm objective and I get shit done. So for me, I don't want to stop and smell the roses. I don't care what the roses smell like. I want to get the job done because I know if I can complete it, I'm going to feel like I've got to win. So as I build my business, it's not a stop and smell the roses business. It's get shit done. And I get that done. Also, for me, I'm driven by a driving force called commanding. I want to be in charge of my life. I want to be in charge of the direction of my life. I'm not a good team player. That's why I'm a coach and a consultant. You got the boys on the field. They're the team, but the coach always sits off the side. The coach is solitary. The coach is like the bald eagle who flies around at 40,000 feet and looks for all the opportunities and threats, but he's up there by himself and he loves it. And so for me, that's my role. That's what excites me. I work with many different teams, but I'm sitting out here looking down 40,000 feet, organizing the plays. Now, when I do that every day, I feel alive. I feel alive. And now I can deal with the obstacles because I say, hey, this is just a temporary setback. I'm still doing what I love. I can deal with that failure. I can deal with that failure. I can deal with that failure because every day I'm doing what I love and I've got the energy. But if you're not aligned intrinsically with anything that you're doing, you won't have the energy. You'll always fly under the radar. You'll always just do enough, what do they call it, a job, just above broke. You'll just do whatever's required just to keep the job. But that ain't living, that's surviving. We're going to live. We're going to come to life. And that's the important part of anybody who wants to build a business or have a successful career. Build it around your unique personality style.